My top waiver ad for this week, he was a risky start for me on Thursday night during week 6. It's Rashee Rice. He is rostered in only 55% of leagues. That should be way up. We know that we have said in the past, there's not a Chiefs wide receiver that matters. Rashee Rice matters. He's proving himself to be Mahomes' guy outside of Travis Kelce. And this offense is a little different. And it's not just Travis Kelce anymore. Isaiah Pacheco is involved. And they seem to be involving Rashee Rice. He had 4 catches for 72 yards. They threw to him on some clutch plays, on some plays where they needed things to happen. I think Rashee Rice is really going to be proving himself worthy of a roster spot, especially over the next few weeks. They play the Broncos again in 2 weeks, and I think they play the Chargers this week. I think it's just going to be it's going to be a fun time for Rashee Rice, especially over the next couple weeks. So get him now while you can. He's my top waiver out of the week. It's Rashee Rice.
Thank you for reminding us about him, because I think it's easy to forget how we did from Thursday night of week 6. And yeah, he seems to be the clear number 1 wide receiver for Patrick Mahomes. And even though Mahomes isn't lighting it up the way that he has been in the previous years, it's nice to see a Chiefs wide receiver that we have any kind of comfort and confidence throwing into our flex. So, and it is, I understand why he isn't rostered in I mean, he's rostered about 55% of leagues, maybe, from what I saw. But he will be rostered in eventually by a lot of teams, so it's good to get him now while people have forgotten about him. He's gone with the wind.
100%. Hit me with your top waiver ad, and then we'll jump to a Thursday Night Football preview.
I want to tag team with you about why I don't think Jordan Mason should be your waiver wire ad. Because Jordan Mason is not Christian McCaffrey, and he is not going to do what McCaffrey does. It's something that just continues to slip people's mind when someone steps in. Yes, get the backup, get the handcuff, and if someone goes down, obviously it's good to have, but you're not going to get Noah Gray when Travis Kelce goes down.
Right.
They're not the same player. It's not how that works. And so, Jordan Mason, okay, fine. You want to go get him? Okay. We're going to start him for maybe this 1 week that McCaffrey's out. I don't think so. It's maybe if you're going to get him by any reason, maybe you just trade him away. You have anything to add to that, Noah, before I give you my waiver wire ad?
No, and especially Elijah Mitchell has seen a starting role in this offense before, so he was coming off of injury. Jordan Mason did play the primary backup role in this last game when Christian McCaffrey went out, but I do think Elijah Mitchell does end up getting involved as well. So, and I don't even feel super confident in rostering Elijah Mitchell and rolling him out there. I think the only people picking up Jordan Mason or Elijah Mitchell this week should be Christian McCaffrey owners. I don't think you need to be picking up Jordan Mason or Elijah Mitchell if you're not a Christian McCaffrey owner. I'm sure you have a better option over one of those two guys.
I'm sure.
They play the Steelers. It's a tough defense. So that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Let me know who. I'm excited to hear. I don't know this. Who is your waiver?
You don't know yet. You don't know because it literally took until I hit record for me to decide, because I could not figure out who I wanted my waiver wire to be, and I have settled on Titans running back Tyjae Spears. Once again, I want to advocate for this guy, okay? He did not have a solid week. He had about 7 points. He did not have what looks like a sustainable week because all of his points pretty much came on one catch and run that went almost to the end zone, but it was a great catch and run. But here's what I want to share, because once again, we know that in the offseason, Derrick Henry was rumored to be traded. Ryan Tannehill is probably going to miss at least this week. He may not, but he may miss multiple weeks. And we all know that Malik Willis and Will Levis are not starting quarterback. They are not ready to play in the NFL. They're not going to be able to do this, so you have to depend on other players. The Titans are already depending on Tyjae Spears. He had a 56% snap count in the London game against the Ravens. He has had more than 52% snap count in 5 of their 6 games they've played. He has out-snapped Derrick Henry half of the time. 3 of the 6 games, he's been on the field more than Derrick Henry. If that's not a red flag for Derrick Henry owners, then I don't know what is. I know that Derrick Henry got in the end zone, had nearly 20-point game. Good for you. I'm happy that you are at least getting some value from your second, third round pick. But Tyjae Spears is starting to be involved in this offense, especially in the PPR game. It doesn't look sustainable, but Henry's not playing his best, and Tyjae Spears needs to be on rosters before something happens in Tennessee. So that's my pitch once again to consider getting Spears as your waiver wire ad.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I grabbed Spears in a couple leagues last week because I saw the potential. We're hammering it home here. Tyjae Spears needs to be rostered in 100% of leagues. He should be on a roster in every single league. He is worth the roster ad. If he's out there, go grab him. I'd consider spending a decent amount of fab to spend up by a couple bucks if you need to secure him, because I think he is going to be a legitimate weapon for this offense, continuing in and out. Obviously, when you don't have much going on in the passing game, what are we going? Are we going to Nick Westbrook-Akine or a rookie running back on a screen pass who's shown explosiveness and wants to prove himself? So I love it. Tyjae Spears is one of my favorite ads this week as well. So I'm all in on that, and I love it a lot.